Hi everyone, welcome along to the 3rd of December. I'm distinctly under Christmased today, I have to say. I'm sorry about that. It's been parents' evening, so I've been at school till sort of 8 o'clock this evening. And then on the way home, I had a Zoom call that I had to take, obviously hands-free, with the designers that are involved in the Stitch London Sampler Edition, which was a little bit surreal whilst driving along with my work husband in the car, sort of listening into a Zoom call. And then on a single track road, I had to stop and reverse back. And the reason I had to stop and reverse back, because Santa was coming along on a tractor. So I actually was able to put my camera on just for a couple of minutes and show them Santa coming past on a tractor. So it was a little bit World of the Strange. But if you're going to the Stitch London Sampler Edition this year, you are in for a real treat. There's some lovely, lovely things planned. Right, I'm going to start off with this advent calendar here. And this is number 3. So number 3 is a little fir tree. So I'm guessing it goes somewhere in the bottom. There it is. Let me just push that in. There we go. So there is number 3, just in the bottom there with the deer and the squirrel. Lovely. Oh, I do like that one. I'm really looking forward to that one. And I think it's going to be sturdy enough to be a year on year. Right, let's get on with the stitching. What have I stitched in the last 24 hours? Well, spoiler alert, not a lot. I have now, however, put my Evertote Modern Folk Embroidery Roxy Floss coat, and I haven't managed to come up with a good shortened version of the name yet, even though I did put it into an anagram maker, but nothing came up. I've now put it into this bag, which I think I used last year as well, and this was made by my lovely friend Melanie, and she's good enough to put 2023 on it as well, so I know exactly when she made it for me. It's got a lovely charm. So, did I manage to keep up yesterday? Yes, I did. So we have now got, little recap, we've now got 2 colours of thread, a dark red and a pale green. And we now have, remove the fluff, that. So we've got, it's typical, isn't it, when you see something and you realise, oh, would you look at that, 4 stitches I've missed. Usually I show this on my floss tube and somebody messages us, do you know you've missed that? So it's only looking in the camera I can see what I've missed. So can you see I've got these 4 sort of flower motifs, and on this one here I've missed the bottom 2 stitches there and the bottom 2 stitches there. Well, thought I was doing so well keeping up. Never mind, I'll finish it before the deadline. I'll finish it before tonight. So that means we've got to open the next one. So let's have a look and see what the next one is going to be. Number 3. Ooh, well that's a nice colour. So this is called Smitten, and it's another red, but it's kind of a pinky red. Very nice. So what do we say today? Let's make something tasty today. I prepared a little video over at the Modern Folk Embroidery YouTube channel. So Jacob is going to teach us to cook something, hopefully. I'll have to go and have a look. Ooh, this time we've got something going in this gap here in the middle. So I shall finish off my unfinished motif, and then I shall put that in the middle. It's going to look smashing. I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed this from last year. It's really fabulous. Right, I'm going to do the freebie now, because those of you that followed me right till the end of yesterday's video will know that I still had to put it on at the end, despite the fact that I had told you that I had it. So this is called Christmas Time Mystery Stitch Along, and this is from the Atwater shop. Now there's a possibility I may have showed you this before, in a previous advent, but I can't remember. It came out in 2022, so there's a possibility that I might have, but I honestly don't remember whether I have or not. But it's a lovely little stitch. It is 105 by 95, and it says Merry Little Christmas on it. And you've got, I'm looking at design on the back so I can see. You've got some mittens, a bow, some sweeties, a little teacup, cards. Very lovely, very lovely. I like that. So that's the freebie for today, and I've done it within the programme. Yay for me. I also promised you yesterday that we'd have a little look at my Hannah Atwater. Now this is a stitch along that is going on Facebook. It's run by Caroline from Evertote. She is stitching hers with the Roxy Floss conversion. Several other people are on there stitching with their own conversions using threads from Stash. One lady has done a complete colour change and it looks fabulous. So here are my colours. Gosh, that looks like a proper rat's nest, doesn't it? No amount of combing is going to help this, I don't think. So let's go for the twist. There we go. And there's a green. In fact, there might even be two greens in there somewhere. So this is where I am, and I am stitching mine on a piece of 36 count R&R reproductions in a certain colour. I'm going to have to look back at my notes and see what colour it is. It's a coffee dyed one. I can't remember. So there is where I've got to. I haven't done any more work on it since I showed you last, but I am showing you again because I'm hoping to get it back out again very soon. I've forgotten just how lovely it is. Oh, it is lovely. Really want to do some more on it now. What was I going to say to you? Don't forget, I have got a 25% off discount in my Etsy store if you buy 2 or more charts. Hannah Atwater is on there. So if you would like to grab her, then why not see what else takes your fancy, and then you can join in the stitch along as well. Caroline's got it on the Facebook group with suggested sort of assignments, if you like, for each month. So some people have followed those assignments, some people haven't. It's entirely up to you because everyone likes to start at a different place. So some people have done a bit what I've done, sort of stitched the border in outline and then they're filling it in. Some people have done the top part of the border and now are doing a motif. I am, if you remember, currently restitching this border because it is one out on the horizontal. The vertical's fine, but it's one out on the horizontal. No, it's one out on the vertical, the horizontal's fine. What am I trying to say? Yeah, it's one out on the vertical, the horizontal is fine. So I'm currently doing that a little bit at a time, just so the horizontal doesn't go astray as well. Because if I pull it all out, that's just as likely to happen. Right, let's have a look at the Historic Sampler Company little package now. Got a bit of a rattle to that. Got a bit of a crack to the chair as well, but let's have a look. Number 3. It's a little tin. Ooh, how cute. So it's a little sort of brass tin, brass coloured tin. And inside we have got, oops, 2 little gold bells. You can hear them. You can't see them because of my fat fingers, but you can hear them. 2 little mother of pearl star-shaped buttons. Let's put them against the dark. And then we have a selection of trims and ribbons. So there is a red pom-pom trim. There is a white pom-pom trim, a red crack, and a red kind of stitched one. So I wonder if those particularly link to the little projects that we've got. If you weren't aware, the Historic Sampler Company actually have an option on their website right now where if this advent calendar is catching your fancy, there is an option to register your interest right now. So if you've thought, oh, I've missed, oh, hang on, forgot a gingham bow. If you've thought that you really like the look of the advent calendar so far, just sign up on their website as an expression of interest, and then when they start launching them again next year for purchase, they will let you know, and then you'll remember, and then you won't have to sort of miss out again. Now, the other thing that I've brought down with me is one of my favourite samplers that I've ever stitched. And I stitched it in 2023. I know that because it's got a date on it. Past Michelle was very helpful. And I stitched it in January, all bar a few days, 2 or 3 days, I think it took me into February. And it's this one. It's the With Thy Needle and Thread Brenda Gervais Noel sampler. Noel sampler. And I loved stitching this. I've pretty much used the called for sort of colours. I think I've brightened it very slightly or made them slightly darker and bolder than they were. But this was one of my favourite things I have ever stitched. And I love it in its frame. And I have this out all year round. It sits upstairs in the hallway in amongst sort of all the antiques. I've got the antiques on one wall, or some of them, and my own stitches on the other wall. And this sits actually on a little shelf upstairs. And I love this. Now it's stitched on a 32 count, I am pretty confident, because I wanted to get the depth of the colour. So it's stitched on a 32 count. If you're desperate to know, then I can probably look it up. But I loved stitching this. And like I said, it took me January and a few days into February in 2023, and it was all done. And I've been able to display it ever since. I'm just going to hold that there. Right, I shall see you tomorrow. I'm back home from school at normal time tomorrow, so I'll have time to festive myself up. If that's a word. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay classy, stitchers.